welcome back to the craft room. I'm so glad that you guys could join me. I thought I would, well, cheap tape. I was trying to decorate a little bit for Christmas, and all I have up here is some cheap tape. Maybe that'll stay. I need to find something different too. It's not gonna stay. It's gonna fall down again. I need to find, told you. I need to find something different besides cheap tape to try and hold up my Christmas lights that I put up today. But anyway, I thought I would stop by and show you my finished projects. I have 2 finished projects, and I have 3 current works in progress that I am carrying around with me in my bag. So the first project that I have finished, if you watched yesterday's video, is I have finished number 4 of the Tunisian crochet sampler blanket from 2020. Yeah, from 2020. It was last year's crochet sampler project. And here it is. Might be kind of hard to see, but it is the knit stitch. Let me turn this other light on. It'll make it a little bit brighter. A little bit. It is a Tunisian knit stitch, and yes, it is done with a crochet hook, not knitting needles. You can knit with a crochet hook. So this is number 4. I haven't started the 5th square yet. It is a Tunisian reverse simple stitch, which I am familiar with that. I have done that one before as well. There went some more tape. But anyway, for those of you who are curious, here is the back side of the Tunisian knit square. It just looks like the back side of a knitting project. Once again, I'll try and show you the front of it. Oh, that looks pretty good. You can see the little knit V's on there. So this is finished. I will add it to my stack and hopefully get started with number 5 here before too long. The second project that I have finished is the star stitch scarf that I have showed you guys previously, and these will be for preschool size kids. Looks awful small to me, but I am an adult and it has been a really long time since I've had a preschooler. But I will try to put a link to the Tunisian crochet along in the description box below, and I will also try to remember and put a link to the video that I watched for this Tunisian star stitch. Absolutely beautiful stitch, and I used a size, I think K. Hold on, it's right here. I used a size J hook. This is what I used for it. And I used this big thing here of Caron, 1 pound. This is the color Royal. And that's what I used on this. But here's the scarf. This is half of it. I still have my ends to weave in. I have not woven those in yet. But anyway, here is my scarf. This is like right about 30, 40 inches. I can't remember. Oh wait, what's cool with this is each repeat is an inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, about 40 inches. I think it was a little bit shy, like 39.5 or something. But each row repeat is approximately 1 inch, which I thought was pretty cool and pretty handy. But like I said, each section is a 2-row repeat or 2-row section, and that is what it looks like. Really pretty stitch, and it's pretty thick scarf. Definitely be warm for the little kids. And those of you who are curious, here is the back side of the project. So this is finished. This will be scarf number 1 that I've actually created since I've had the idea to do this for the preschoolers. I do have a few other scarves in a tote that I've made in the past that are just random that I will definitely include because people like different things. So there's one finished project and my other finished project. Now, my works in progress. As you can see, I have this big Caron 1 pound sitting here. This one is called Sunflower, I think. Yeah, called Sunflower, and I'm once again using the J crochet hook. And for this and this, there is no pattern. They were just made up on my own. I guesstimated and came out pretty close. But this one is also a little bit, going to be a little bit wide, but that happens. This is another scarf for the preschool. And once again, interesting enough, each repeat is about an inch. It's handy. Then I can count my repeats and know how many rows I have done. But I remember back when I was a little kid, which was a really long time ago, my aunt, that is young enough that she was more like a sister to me, she made a scarf for herself using the popcorn stitch. And I always thought the popcorn stitch was cool, but it was oh so complicated and I never wanted to do it. Well, I recently became interested in the popcorn stitch again because I don't remember what I seen, but I decided I wanted to do it because if you notice that other scarf, it kind of had a texture to it. Well, this popcorn stitch definitely has a texture to it. And yellow was the other color that I had in my bag. So I started a scarf for the preschool with a popcorn stitch. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm actually thinking this is more like a fidget scarf because you can pop them stitches in and then you can pop them back out. Pretty clever, huh? But anyway, that's what I have with this so far. As you can see, I've got 10 rows. So I've got about 30 rows left to go. And then this scarf will also be finished. That's providing I can remember what I was doing, because I did not write it down. Shame. And there was no pattern that I was following. It was all my own, creative juices flowing that got me started on that. So there's that one. And that just completely fell off again. Oh well. The other project, if you watched my video yesterday, I told you that I had lost a couple of projects. One being my Tunisian square, and the other one that I lost was my Waldo hat. But thankfully I did find them. I thought maybe I had stashed them in a tub or in a little cubby here in my craft room last week or so, whenever it was that I decided that I wanted my rocking chair back in my craft room. But I did find the projects, and I am using some of this Red Heart Team Spirit. It's red, white, and it definitely looks like Waldo. And I don't know where I was last time you guys seen it, but I did work on it today. I finished the white today and got started with the red. And interesting enough, I'm on a roll here. Each color change, with the exception of this little bit down here, it doesn't count, but each section of the color change is an inch. So that means I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'm started on my 5th inch. So I need to finish this one and do one more inch or one more row repeat of color, and then I can start my decrease. This is going to be one of the Ross hats that I've done in the past. So there's my Waldo hat. This is just knit on circular needles. Just a basic hat where you join, or when you... Here comes Steve.
Just a basic hat?
Just a basic hat. You interrupted me again.
Okay, I'm just letting you know I'm done.
Okay.
I'm going to go down and try to figure out what I'm supposed to send with that ad.
Okay, well, I'll send you the text message.
Huh?
I'm going to send you this now to remind you to go send that ad. If you can't find it, let me know. Okay, anyway. This is just a basic Ross hat, like I have done previously before. And that's what we got so far. So there's that project. And I'm almost done with what I had. I mean, this is what's left from what I had put into that scarf that I originally started with this. Not scarf, shawl. That I decided I did not like the way the color repeats were repeating. Which, I mean, I knew the colors would stripe, but I did not like the way it was striped. And the last project that I have is going to outgrow this bag probably pretty quick. I had this weird, strange, random idea last night, or the other night, and decided that I wanted to knit a scarf. So I grabbed this yarn out of my stash. This is some that I've made a couple of hats out of before. This is some that Addie does not like. This is a Mainstays color that I've had for quite a while. It is Purple Passion Variegated, some that was gifted to me. And I also grabbed my kitty cat knitting needles. These were also gifted to me when I first was interested in learning how to knit. These are the kitty cats. There's also a red one, which has a red face on it. And then these are a size 6mm or US 10. And they're not very long. They're maybe about 7 inches, 6-7 inches. Perfect for a scarf, I'll tell you that. Especially a kid-sized scarf. Yeah, they're right about 7 inches. So they're not real long. It's not like you could do anything really major exciting with them. But I'll show you this other one. The red, it has the red on it right now. Or the scarf is on the red one, but the red one has a... It's so adorable. Which kind of helps because I don't have the package for it anymore, but it kind of explains that, you know, if you remember, one is knit, the other side is purl. So that's kind of what I've done. This is my knit needle. Anytime I knit with this one, I am knitting all the way across. And when I'm on the red, it's my knit purl row. So this is just, it's a row of knit, purl, and then a row of knit. And this is actually the starting grid hat idea from Smells Like Yarn. Ross has a hat starting grid, and it uses this pattern, but I tried it, and I did it for the brim of the hat, and I really liked it, but doing it in the round, I was having trouble remembering which row I was supposed to knit and which row I was supposed to knit purl, but this makes it so much easier. But here's what I have so far. That is the front side of it, and it is, I got a little bit of tension issue, obviously, but it could just be the stitches on this. And then for the curious minds like me that want to know, that's what the back looks like. It's interesting how this is, I can't see this when I look at it, but when I look at it in a picture or on the camera, I can see how the colors are striping. It's kind of interesting. But anyway, I got that started. This actually is going pretty quick. This was probably done in a couple of hours total. With the other part was with quite a bit of interruption. But I'm trying not to do it too tight. I want kind of a loose, drapey scarf. And there are a few rows in there where I picked it up the next day, and it actually, I was obviously stressed or something, but it was getting a little tight, so I've tried to loosen it up a little bit. And I was like, this row right here, where you see those pinks, I got a little too loose. It's a learning process, as with anything. But I've decided if I want to knit and want to get better at knitting, I need to at least practice and do more than just making stocking hats and washcloths. So that was kind of my purpose of starting this knit scarf. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed seeing my finished projects and my works in progress that I am carrying around with me. And I will see you right back here in the craft room for my next video.